Hi there, my name is Boris and we in my channel I try to improve my English skills and I create every day one video uh, in English. And today I want to read to you a little story. It's stories about Sherlock Holmes. And my voice is a little louder because I have a cold, and we will see what it will be. Helps me or not. And this story from Arthur Conan Doyle, Adventure of the Dancing Man. Holmes had been sitting for some hours in silence over a chemical vessel in which he was brewing something very unpleasant. His head was sunk upon his breast, and he looked from my point of view like a strange skinny bird. "So, Watson," he said, "suddenly you are not going to invest money in South African securities?" I was very much surprised. Although I was accustomed to Holmes' curious abilities, this sudden intrusion into my thoughts was rather incomprehensible. "How on earth do you know that?" I asked in amazement. He turned his chair, holding a steaming test tube in his hand. I saw a gleam of amusement in his deep-set eyes. "Now, Watson, confess you are confused," he said. "I am. I should make you write this on the piece of paper and leave your signature." "Why?" "Because in 5 minutes you will say that it's all very simple and obvious." "I am sure that I shall say nothing of the kind. You see, my dear Watson." He put aside his test tube and began to lecture like a professor addressing in his class. "It's not really difficult to construct a series of conclusions. Each depends on the previous one. And if you simply take away all the central elements and show your audience only the first and the last ones, it will produce an amazing effect. Now, when I noticed the groove between your left forefinger and thumb, it was not really difficult to understand that you do not want to invest your small capital in the gold fields. I see no connection." "Well, I believe you, but I can quickly show you a close connection. Here are the missing links of the very simple chain. First, you had shoulder between your left finger and thumb when you returned from the club last night. Second, you put chalk there for the cue when you play billiards. Third, you play billiards only with Thurston. Fourth, you told me 4 weeks ago that Thurston wanted to buy some South African securities and share them with you. Fifth, your checkbook is locked in my table and you have not asked for the key. Sixth, you are not going to invest your money in anything." "So simple!" I cried. "Yes, it is," he said. "Every problem becomes very simple when it's explained to you. But here you are, this one is not explained yet. Let's see what you can say, my friend Watson." He gave me a sheet of paper and turned to his chemical analysis. I looked with amazement at the strange symbols on the paper. "Well, Holmes, it's a child's drawing," I said. "Oh, that's your idea. What else should it be?" "That is what Mr. Hilton Cobbett from Norfolk wants to know. He sent us this little puzzle and every minute we expect him. Oh, there is a ring at the bell, Watson. I'm not very much surprised if it is our guest." We heard heavy steps on the stairs, and a second later a tall gentleman entered. He had clear eyes and florid cheeks which told us that he led his life from the folks of Baker Street. He seemed to bring strong, fresh air with him as he entered. He shook hands with each of us and was going to sit down when he noticed the paper with the curious symbols, which I had just examined and left on the table. "Well, Mr. Holmes, what do you think about it?" he cried. "I heard that you liked strange mysteries, and this one is the strangest, I think. I sent the paper ahead so that you have time to study it before I came." "Yes, it's very curious," said Holmes. "At first sight, one can think that it's a child's drawing. It consists of funny little dancing figures. Why do you pay so much attention on such an object?" "I don't, Mr. Holmes, but my wife does. It's frightening her to death. She says nothing, but I can see fear in her eyes. That's why I want to find everything out." Holmes took the paper and turned to the sunlight. It was a page from a notebook. The symbols were done in pencil and were in this order. And in this moment, I see some picture with a dancing man. Holmes examined it for some time and then folded it carefully and put it in his pocketbook. "This promises to be a very interesting and unusual case," he said. "You gave me a few details in your letter, Mr. Hilton Cobbett, but I would be very grateful if you tell his story again for my friend, Dr. Watson." I think it's all for today, and you can write me what I do in the future, what needs to me to read something else, or this book or something else, or maybe I need to put my attention in only everyday create video with my conversation. What do you think? Write me in the comments, and thank you for watching. See you tomorrow. Bye.